This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. Well, phew! Automakers in Europe must be breathing a sigh of relief. The US and European Union announced that they've come to an agreement to lower tariffs on car and car parts. Vehicles and components that are imported from Europe are currently slapped with a 27.5% tariff. But the US has agreed to lower that to 15% once the EU introduces legislation to lower tariffs on US goods. The EU is expected to do that by the end of the month, and once that happens, a US trade official says that European automakers could see tariff relief within weeks. The two sides also agreed to help protect their steel and aluminum markets from overcapacity while keeping supplies between each other open. The Volkswagen brand's pure electric vehicles are outselling Tesla in Europe. The VW brand itself sold more than 133,000 BEVs in the first half of the year, a nearly 80% gain, while Tesla's sales in the region dropped 33% to around 109,000 vehicles. And BEV sales for the whole VW group, which includes Audi, Porsche, Skoda, and Seat, are up 90% in Europe in the first half to nearly 348,000 vehicles. Honda is partnering with Silicon Valley startup Helm.ai to develop advanced driver assistance systems. Helm.ai is an autonomous AI software company that will provide its vision-based technology stack for Honda's next-gen self-driving systems, which it's aiming to have in vehicles by 2027. Honda has been investing in Helm since 2021, pouring at least $30 million into the company. General Motors is amassing an AI team, and it's been raiding the top Silicon Valley tech companies to get the people that it wants. The Wall Street Journal reports that GM has headhunted artificial intelligence experts from Google, Meta, Amazon Web Services, and Pixar. It has its AI team working on autonomy, manufacturing, motorsports, engineering, finance, and even human resources. Most of the team will be based in Mountain View, California, but they're also spending some of their time in the Detroit area. So how is GM recruiting AI experts in the Valley to a 117-year-old legacy automaker based in Detroit? Well, it turns out they find the auto industry a fascinating challenge to work in. Nissan is in trouble, so much so that it's selling its headquarters in Japan. And it looks like American private equity firm KKR is going to buy it. KKR is reportedly paying $610 million to buy the building and will then lease it back to Nissan for the next 10 years. Last year, Nissan lost $4.5 billion, and next year it has $5.6 billion in debt that's coming due. So it's scrambling to find cash wherever it can.
Developing today's vehicles. Issues can happen in an instant. When's the best time to solve a problem? The minute you know you have one. Meet Wireless NeoVi Cloud, your secure, off-the-shelf solution empowering real-time collaboration for quick resolution. With Wireless NeoVi Cloud, your team can prevent issues before they can escalate. Driver communication data and remote diagnostics to analyze and resolve your problems using OTA, allowing your executives oversight throughout the process. Wireless NeoVi Cloud, your vehicle update solution in production and on the road. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
ADAS, or Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, are supposed to help drivers, but they sure need a lot of human intervention. The Automobile Association of America tested 5 cars on LA highways and found that drivers using ADAS had to intervene every 3 miles or about every 9 minutes. The most common situation that caused people to take over was someone cutting in front of their car, followed by lane centering, not keeping their car centered. The more advanced tech performed better, but on cars with hands-off traffic jam assist, drivers still had to intervene every 5.5 miles or every 15 minutes. The AAA didn't reveal which cars they tested, which would have been very helpful. But in one picture it released, you can see the drivers behind the wheel of a Honda Civic. Ford is going back to Formula One next year, helping develop power units for Red Bull's next-gen car. But Ford's CEO Jim Farley says he wants to win the Dakar off-road rally, quote, way more than F1. That's why he's pushing engineers to create a 1,000 horsepower supercar concept for the gravel that's, quote, partially electric, totally digitally enabled. Farley made the comments on a podcast with recent Autoline After Hours guest Keith Naughton from Bloomberg, and also hinted that if Ford did make a vehicle like this, it would probably be priced similar to the Mustang GTD, which starts around $325,000, and that it would only make a limited number of units. Speaking of Autoline After Hours, don't forget to tune in this afternoon. We'll be diving into the impact of the ZEV credits getting obliterated and how automakers will sell EVs without any incentives, which go away in September. Join the action at 3 p.m. Eastern Time today. Buying a Chinese EV just got a lot easier for people in Europe. China EV Marketplace, which is an e-commerce company that sells Chinese EVs around the world, is launching a new door-to-door service for European customers. It no longer requires the customers to fill out the paperwork for customs or to have to go to the port to pick the vehicle up. Now they can order the EV or PHEV directly from China and have it delivered right to their door, as long as the vehicle is road legal in their particular area. China EV Marketplace sold about 7,000 electric vehicles in the first 6 months of the year, which was up 66% compared to last year. Toyota is helping Boston Dynamics, which is now owned by Hyundai, to develop its humanoid robot called Atlas. The two formed a partnership in October of last year, and during that time they've been applying Toyota's expertise in large behavior models to Atlas. And now they're showing off the robot performing a long continuous sequence of complex tasks, and researchers even mess with it. They close the lid and move the container around to see how Atlas reacts. Large behavior models are a type of AI that learns how to do things by taking in a bunch of information, like from pictures, video, audio, and sensor data. It could even involve the robot watching how a human does it first and then copying that. This allows them to obtain new skills without the need for hands-on programming or even a single line of new code. And that's a wrap for this show. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you later today.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. CSP, the composites solution partner. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering, boost your game. And thanks to the following YouTube and Patreon members.
At CSP, we work with OEM engineers across the country on their journeys to lighter, safer, and more eco-friendly vehicles. Learn more at thecsp.com.
Making a life full of memories, one road trip at a time. That's what really matters. Bridgestone Weather Peak tires with a 70,000-mile limited warranty.